What's up guys, welcome back to the channel, Jason here, and today we've got some rather interesting news. So Quaife Engineering Ltd, the company who make the limited slip differential for my Fiesta, shared the video I put up of the ST3. They put it up on their Facebook page, which I really didn't expect. I didn't even think that they'd end up watching it, which caught me off guard a little bit. But we've been in communication since then, and they've basically offered me down to their site to have a look at what's going on. Really grateful for them offering me the opportunity to go down, and thanks very much to Dale for hosting me for the day. Thought I'd share it with you guys because I thought it'd be something that go down well on the channel, so enjoy. Quickly before we jump into the video guys, the channel growth over the past couple of weeks has been insane. We've hit nearly 60,000 views over 3 videos, which for a channel of this size is incredible. If you haven't already, please do hit the subscribe button and the like button and drop any comments down in the section below, and I will endeavour to get back to as many of you as I can.
Morning guys, it's 5 AM, we're about to go. Forgot my keys, so I have to come back upstairs to get them. It's going to be about a 2 hour and 40-minute drive until we get there, so it's going to be a long day.
So the motorway traffic's awful, so I'm cutting across country to get to the M40. So while we're doing that, it seems like an apt opportunity for me to talk to you guys about Quaife. Quaife Engineering Ltd was started in 1965 by Rod Quaife. They started off making close ratio 5-speed gearboxes for Triumph motorcycles as well as Norton. In the 1970s, the decline in the British motorcycle industry led Quaife to move to 4 wheels instead, and this was where they started their long, illustrious career with Ford. In the 1980s, Quaife started making motorsport transmissions as well as the ATB differential, which was installed on the Maserati Biturbo and Gerhard Berger's 1986 F1 Mexico winning Grand Prix car. The ATB transmission is an automatic torque biasing system which sends torque to the wheel with the most grip. In the 1990s, Quaife teamed up with Gordon Spooner Engineering to make some serious 4-wheel drive escorts for rally. This knowledge in motorsport then led them to build their own V8 Thunder Race saloon vehicle, which contested in the British GT Championships. In the last decade, Quaife have been supplying OEMs performance parts for vehicles such as the Lotus Evora 400, the Tesla Model S, the Ford Focus RS Mark III, and the Fiesta ST. Quaife also supply components of radical sports cars, Caterham cars, and my favourite company of all, Morgan Motor Company in Malvern.
Right, so that's the first half of the journey done. We kind of hit quite a bit of traffic on the M5, so it directed me back up north on the M5 and then down the M40. So we're at the Cherwell services, come for a coffee and something to eat is a bit of a reprieve from sitting in traffic. I've let down now I'm going to be late, but hopefully we'll get there sort of 9 o'clock-ish, so not too late. Right, so we're here. We have arrived at Quaife. There it is. I've done some work done by the looks of it. Just hit the world's biggest pothole on the way in as well, so I've just walked around the car to make sure I haven't blown an alley. We're going to pop in now, hopefully meet Dale and get some ablutions done because I'm desperate. So I've met Dale. He's shown us around the facility and the plant first because me being a nerd, I wanted to see it before I recorded it, and now I'm going to show you guys through the equipment they've got and sort of the demonstration room that they've got. We're going to go to the Gillingham site after that, and we're going to have a look at where the things are sort of put together and manufactured, and I'm impressed. So here is the door. Go through this door and look at all of this. This is incredible. We've got diffs up here, we've got escorts, gearboxes, there's a lot of history and heritage here which he's gone through and given us the lowdown. So this is a replica Ford GT gearbox because the casing has to be the same as the original for it to be allowed to race, and it's got all of Quaife's clever internals inside of it, so it's more performant than the original one by Ford. This vehicle was used in the British GT Championships, and to be a GT Championships car it has to have a road version, which is over here. And here we've got one of Quaife's sequential gearboxes, which is really cool. If you guys don't know how a sequential gearbox works, it's just to push forwards and back to change the gear instead of your normal gear sort of grate. And here are the gears, the helical gear system. And if you snap the gear lever forward and back, look at the intricacies of these helical gear systems. They're phenomenal. They're really impressive. Right, so it might be a bit loud now, so you might not be able to hear anything, but we are here with Dale and we're having a look around the production facility, so we're going to have a look at some things being cut, milled, and some of the products. A clever system that Quaife have got here, so basically any kind of cutting parts that they run out of on the lathes or on the mill machines are bookable out of the unit behind us, so they've got a code they'll put in and it will basically budget that part against the job, so it's easier for them to track the budget and also to make sure they don't run out of spares. Space is awesome. So we are going for a drive now to the Gillingham plant, which is that manufacturing as well, is it?
Yeah, manufacturing. It's entirely manufacturing down there. So,
Cool.
So we don't do anything other than manufacture down there. We do assemble the differentials, but
Yep.
other than that, it's just manufacturing.
So you were saying this is the first mainstream product that you've supplied, because you've done the Mark 1 and Mark 2 Focus RSs in smaller quantities than what we're expecting the Fiesta to sell, which is quite interesting.
all three Focus RSs we've had diffs in.
Oh, of course, yeah, the Mark 3 as well.
The first two were 100%, and the Mark 3 was the last 4,300 cars, all the special edition versions.
Yep.
But they've all been fixed quantity over fixed time, whereas this is the first time we've done an optional extra. So it's a complete unknown for us and a complete unknown for Ford.
So it's exciting.
As to the quantities we're going to make, but so far it's been fantastic, and everybody seems to be ticking that all important box.
Happy with that? Yeah, like me, for example.
Yeah, like you. It's just unthinkable that a 3-cylinder engine
can pull
make
you along.
200 horsepower and
Yep. It's the way with.
sound sensible.
Yes, exactly, and I was massively impressed because the 4-pot, personal preference, I know a lot of people have disagreed with me on the channel before, but I think the 4-pot 1.6 turbo with the Mark 7 wasn't loud enough. I think when you put like a straight through system on it, or you ended up getting mount tuned and a bit more performance, yes, you could hear it a bit more, but this is totally standard and it's got quite a nice warble to it. You hit the 4,500 RPM and if you short shift you get really good crackles and really good pops out of it, so it's a nice bit of kit, nice motor. So I got down here the variants that you've got components fitted to. So the Ligier P4, which you spoke about earlier, you've got the prototype transmission on that. There's also BMC, Leyland, Rover Mini, the Jag XK and XKR Mark II. Unfortunately, they're not on the Jag anymore. Jaguar, please do use Quaife. The Volkswagen Golf Mark 1 and Mark II, and the Honda Civic FK2 and FK8. Is that the Civic that you were on about earlier that you ended up driving?
Yeah, so those are all the Civic that we had was for developing the K-series sequential kit that we make. So we tend to, if we're doing a development of a product, we tend to buy a car, make the gearbox, fit the gearbox, drive the car, make sure it works,
just test it and have some fun.
Test it. To be fair, more and more we actually have exclusive customers for these products, and they tend to do the part of the deal is they do the testing themselves. So we make the prototypes, they do all the fitment and the testing of it, because they know far more about the product than we do.
Yeah, but it's no fun, you want to be tested.
Yeah, but they know all the variations, so it's all very well making a kit for a Honda Civic, but that also fits in area atoms, and people put them in Lotus Elise conversions.
We were saying earlier on, Dale had the opportunity to take a GT40 replica to Le Mans for a drive on the back of having vehicles to test. It was the classic race. You said the case has to be the same, but the internals are all Quaife.
It was a real eye opener for me. I've been to Le Mans quite a few times, but I had no real appreciation of the love for the GT40.
Yes,
I really didn't fully understand the love, and there's a lot of around Le Mans. There's a lot of people say that the French police aren't terribly helpful to British people going to Le Mans. They couldn't have been more friendly and more helpful when
because
I was
you're in a GT40.
And they would wave and take pictures.
Well, they would, because they're not big fans of the
GT40.
Italians, and of course the GT40 knocked the Ferrari off the pedestal. The difference between the non-performance pack and the performance pack, I was genuinely shocked with.
So you did drive both?
Not before I bought this.
Right.
No, I knew that. It's a conversation we had earlier about ticking the box, the age range of people who are going to purchase something like this. So Ford was saying, sorry, there's me talking, I've realised I haven't put it in the early part of the video. Was it Ford that said they thought there's going to be like 10% of people buying the Fiesta that were going to have the performance pack?
Yeah, the original quotes we did were based on 10% take-up rate.
I find that absurd that Ford would even consider that would be the rate.
Well, again, it's because nobody's got any information.
Yeah.
So they have
Uncharted
to. So at the end of the day, they've got to be conservative because they can't go committing to purchasing a massive number and then not having that number. Because
I suppose if they order them off you and they don't get the stock, they've just got a load of diffs lying around.
Yeah, well, it ends up with us having a load of diffs around.
Yeah.
But they're actually a very good company to work with and a very considerate and understanding company. Everybody thinks OEMs are ruthless, and I guess if you make nuts and bolts, they probably are. But
when you make a bespoke precision parts.
When we're talking about performance parts and bespoke parts, then they're very good to work with. So
good.
Good grip now.
There's that diff.
Yeah, it must be.
Right, so we're at the Gillingham plant, and this is where they make the diff for my car. I've met the guy who actually constructed and tested my diff, which is really, really cool. I never thought that was going to be something that I would get to do. We're going to have a look at the pinions and all the machine milling that goes on to make the internal components, as well as the sonic cleaning, and hopefully some of the laser etching as well. We'll see if we can get there some video footage of that. Part off the is this off the Ford Fiesta diff? Yeah. This is a very small part, only 2 inches in length, and comes into here, into the machine, and within a matter of minutes it turns into this. Now we're going to do a time-lapse construction of the actual Fiesta ST diff. So we've had a look at all the parts being constructed, being milled and being sort of rounded off and burred, and now we're going to have a look at one being put together. So we've just seen the guys constructing it, and they've now cleaned and polished it off, and we're about to watch the measurement checks to make sure all the flush surfaces are all in tolerance. Once the unit's passed, as the last one did, it then comes onto the laser etch to have the part number etched on. Now once the part's been etched with its part number and model number, it then gets sonic washed and cleaned in this clever shockwave device just here. So we finished at the Gillingham plant now. Dale's going to drive us back to the headquarters because he's got to get home as well. It's Friday afternoon. It's been a really, really long day. It's been thoroughly enjoyable. I can't believe I got to come here, and I can't believe I got to meet the people who designed, constructed and have
basically made this car as fun as it is with that limited slip differential. So hugely grateful. Thanks a lot to Quaife for giving us this opportunity and getting in touch with us. There's also hopefully going to be some opportunities for me to get to come back when they finish doing the development in the factory and the plant, which will be really cool, and see some more of their products later on down the line. But we'll see how that goes. So, everyone has been super friendly. It's been really nice to be here. They're all really interested in what's going on, watching a weirdo walk around with a camera. For me, obviously, starting up YouTube not that long ago and being relatively new to this, it was a bit of a shocker to walk around and sort of have the confidence to do it. But going through the day, they've made it really easy and they've made me feel really comfortable, which is really nice. I'm massively appreciative, as I say, for them letting me here and letting me see the products and the history of the company. So I'm going to get the camera and everything all packed up and all the kit gone. We're going to drive back. I need to go and get some food because I haven't eaten since like 9 o'clock this morning because it's been a busy ass day. I think all of that is a non-Costa branded coffee. So yeah, I'm definitely running low on calories, and I think I've earned myself a beer tonight because it's been one of them days.